Well, celebrate 15 years of cultivating new artists in our community by seeing some beautiful pieces of art and then talking to those artists about it. This is all starting tomorrow at the Nelson-Atkins Museum. The museum will be presenting the Charlotte Street Foundation's 15th anniversary artist walks. And Adam Johnson is here from the Nelson, along with Jen Vogren, who is with the Charlotte Street Foundation. Thank you both so much for joining us.
Thanks for having us.
Jen, let's start with you and talk about Charlotte Street Foundation. What's so great here is you have these artists and they come and work with you and really kind of build and craft, you know, what they do best, right?
Right, so the Charlotte Street Foundation for 15 years has been cultivating leading edge artists in Kansas City. And one of the programs that we have is our Visual and Generative Performing Awards. And so a jury of local and national award advisors select several artists every year who are doing leading edge, experimental, interdisciplinary, cutting edge, pushing the envelope kind of artwork, and select them to receive these awards. And in 15 years, we've given out over $650,000, and these are our fellows. And we've selected 5 fellows from over our 15-year span to run these walks and these talks at the Nelson.
And that's what we're kind of looking at here. We're looking at some examples of what they do. And when we talk about art, are we talking about a particular type of art, or is it really just, you know, kind of spanning the whole creative realm of what art could be?
It's really spanning everything. We have everything from visual awards to generative performing awards. And our visual award artists work in all kinds of mediums. And when I say interdisciplinary, it's from sculpture to paint to working with light and sound. And generative performing artists are, you know, not the actor, but the playwright, not the pianist, but the composer. So people are actually creating new work here in Kansas City.
And Adam, you can come and see these starting tomorrow at the Nelson. Are you just amazed by the level of talent we have here in our community?
It really is really amazing, and I think that's part of the great thing about partnering between the Nelson-Atkins and Charlotte Street Foundation, is because Charlotte Street does a lot of great things with artists here in Kansas City, but they also signify excellence. So if you know you're getting an artist who has been the recipient of one of the Charlotte Street Foundation's awards, you know you're going to get the top artists that Kansas City has to offer.
So tell us, what are some of the things that we have to look forward to with these 5 artists who are going to be featured?
Well, it kicks off tomorrow with Peregrine Honig and Mark Sutherland, who are a dynamic husband and wife duo. As Jen, I think, could tell you a little bit more, Peregrine was a contestant on Bravo's series program that looked at new and upcoming artists. At the museum, they're going to be doing some really interesting things, walking our visitors through the spaces and talking about objects in our collections that speak to their talents and their artistic practice. So on the part of the museum, it's great because it tells visitors that inspiration comes in a whole host of different forms, and you don't have to know everything about art history to get real meaning in what we have at the museum.
Well, we could talk so much about this because it's so fascinating, but we got to show you the information, what you need to know. Of course, this is all starting tomorrow, like we said. The event is free, but tickets are required. So you want to definitely contact the Nelson and get your tickets to go see these wonderful artists who have produced some amazing pieces of art. So NBCActionNews.com will have more information for you. Adam and Jen, thank you both so much for joining us.
Thanks so much.
Thank you very much.
All right.